Good evening. It's Cindy Fodor here with Stamp the Love, and it's Make It Monday. I hope that you'll let me know that you're here. And I want to tell you that tonight, well, let me just make sure that we're streaming okay, and then I will talk. I think we're going okay. All right, there we go. Okay, so be sure and share this video. Make sure that you follow me if you want to make sure that you don't miss any episodes. And also, I always love a thumbs up or a heart, and comments are even better. So, but I want you to share this because it is a fun fold. And even if you are thinking, oh, I don't like all those busy fun folds that you do, this is a really simple one. It does not take a lot of supplies and it doesn't take a lot of time. It is based on a swap that I got on the cruise. Yeah. By Lorri Heiling. And I just love it. I think she designed it herself. And so anyway, so you won't want to miss any future episodes as well. So make sure that you like and follow. Also, let's see. We are almost at the end of June here. If you missed free shipping, you know our Stampin' Up! Products are some of the best things out there. So they're a good purchase anytime. And I will tell you, I still have 3 free classes, I believe, left that I send out for free when your order is over $50. And of course, when it's over $60, you get my free tutorial from Cutest Stamping Collective. So just a little reminder. Also, I just wanted to say, hey girls, hi Charlene, hi Barbara. I wanted to make sure that you saw my invitation. If you're local, next Friday, or this Friday night, 5 days from now, less than 5 days from now, I am really struggling with time. I was working on my Creative Stamping Collective for that has to be done in the next day, and it's for next month. And my husband's like, is that for tonight? I'm like, what's no? Oh, tonight. Okay. Yeah. So I'm having issues with days, but anyways, days of the week. It's summer vacation, right? First day, yesterday was the first day of summer. So anyways, but I have a fun project for you. So no worries. But this is, let's see. Relaxing Waterside is the Creative Stamping Collective tutorial that you get this month with a purchase of $60 or more, or my team gets it as long as your sales are over $1 for the month. Hi, Sylvia. Welcome. So I just wanted to explain, like you see 12 different projects here, and the tutorial has all 12 of those projects. There is a tutorial for each one, and there's a video attached to each one. So you get 12 different ideas that I think it's fabulous, because when I look at them, I'm like, wow, I did not even think about that for this set. So it's always helpful. Okay, so let's get started because you guys are here to see a fun fold. Like I said, Lorri Heiling designed this, and it's one of my swaps that I got. And so I thought I would show you how to do this. I'm just going to use some different paper. And then I also have another sample to show you using Sunset Coast. So if you love that bundle, you might want to stay tuned to the end. So I am using Cutest Crew, the bundle. And I pulled out this paper because I hadn't done very much with it. It's called Paper Medley. And it doesn't coordinate with anything, and which is kind of nice sometimes, right? But there are some really great patterns in here. So there's some black and white, some polka dot there. I really wanted to use that, but I chose to go with the denim instead in blue. There's some wood grain that's sort of a pink color. So just some neutral patterns, which is very nice sometimes when you just need a little bit of something. Okay, so these are the 2 that I'm using from this set. Here are my pieces. And when I told you that it's very simple, Look how simple. This is it. Okay. All right. So our base is, this is Hydrangea U, and that is the base of our card. This is the folding part of our card, and then the rest is to decorate. So let's start with this. I forgot to get my trimmer. So I changed it up a little bit from hers. So just in case I mess it up, it's not her fault. Got some junk in there. Okay, so it's 4 inches by 6 inches. Hers was 6 1/4. I decided to change it to 6 just so that if you're using 12 by 12, you can get a whole lot more cards out of that. Hi, Donna, welcome. Now, it does change the measurements a little bit and makes them not as maybe measurement friendly for some of you who don't like to measure, but we're going to score it at 1 3/8. So I'm going here to the 1, and then I'm going to zoom this in because I know that a bunch of you struggle with measuring on this. And I think once you get the concept, it's so great and easy to use. Hi, Linda, welcome. So I'm coming up to the 1, you see the 1, and then I'm going to go 1 2, which is an 1/8, another 1 2, which is an 1/8, and another 1 2. Those are 16th inch marks. That's what we're going to. So right now I'm at 1 3/8 because here's the 1/2 inch mark. Okay, I am 2 lines before the 1/2 inch mark, and I'm going to score. And then I'm going to go another 1 3/8, which is going to take me up to 2 3/4. I think I need a new scoring blade. That's feeling a bit ineffective, but we do have a little bit of a score on there. All right, so now I'm going to fold that on that score line, and then you can see here it does not come clear out to here, and that's okay because it doesn't have to. We're going to fold this piece back. Do I have something on there? So that it's going to look like this. All right. Now, let's see. Do I want to... I did not make myself a sample of this because I already have the sample. And for those of you that just popped on, this is the card that we're doing. We're not doing it exactly like this, okay? Because I didn't have all the same supplies. Let me zoom back out here so that you can see. Okay, so now these pieces for the side here, these are 7/8 of an inch by 4. I was going to cut them for you, but I don't think you need to see me because I showed you how to do this part. And another 7/8 by 4, and that's going to go here. And then this piece is going to fit right in between here. And this is our card opening right here. Now you could add this to an open card like this if you choose to. I don't think that's necessary, but because that means I have to write more. Hi, Melinda, welcome. So anyways, I'm gonna go ahead and get adhesive on here. Let's really get this sucker going because I was recording earlier today and having issues with getting it going. I think it might be I think I just put a refill in there. So all right, let's put this one on. I don't want to waste adhesive, but sometimes you got to give it a little run to get it going. And I'm trying to decide. I think I'm going to go ahead and stamp inside of here before because you know you always stamp before you glue, just in case. And this is a happy birthday from the set. There's a fuzzy on here. Let me see if I can get that off. Probably a piece of paper. Okay. All right, now I'm going to go ahead and glue this on, and then we're just going to build our card on top of this, or design it, I should say. So this is 4 inches by 6 inches, and now it's 3 inches by 4 inches with the fold down. All right, now this piece here is, I'm sorry, it's not 3, it's 3 1/4, 3 1/4 by 4. This piece is 3 1/4 by 4, and it will go right on top of here. Now, I did emboss this, so it could have affected, it looks like it did, it affected the width of it a little bit. What I might try to do is see if I can just spread that out a little bit. Let's see if that made a difference. Nope, not really. Okay, it's going to be what it's going to be. That's okay. We'll see a little bit of white. That's not going to be the end of the world. But I hate, I shouldn't say I hate. I really struggle with having paper that's blank. You know what? Maybe it's this. Maybe if I scoot this over a little bit, then when I put that on there, I can get it. Yeah, there you go. That brings it over just a little bit. Okay, so here we go. There's how your card opens. And we are going to put this little piece of paper from this set. Isn't that cute? I'm going to go ahead and glue that on there, because I'm not stamping on that. And then I'm going to stamp this Glad We're Friends, because I want to show you. This says So Glad We're Friends, and I wanted to use our 3 banner punch. Hi, Melissa. Welcome. So I wanted to show you how, like, instead of just cutting this or trying to ink just part of it, if you take a piece of tape and just cover the word that you don't want, and then you can just ink it, peel that off, put it somewhere that you're not going to stick your fingers in it, and then you can stamp, and then we can punch. Now, I saw some demonstrators chatting about this punch and saying that they were having trouble with it. I can promise you that it's, well, almost promise you. I can't guarantee, I guess. But I can almost guarantee that it's user error, because when you have a punch that has these little center pieces here, it's really easy for if you have a real narrow piece of paper and you're just catching the very edge of it, which you want to cut off, it's not going to cut it off. It's going to shove it down in the side, and then it's going to be stuck. And then you're going to have to pound it and throw it around. I might have gotten this stamped over here a little too far, but let's see if we can fit this in here. Almost. So the fact of the matter is, we've used this in class, so some of you know that when I cut my pieces to go in here, I try to make them a little longer than what I need. Now, this one could have easily gotten stuck because I wasn't paying attention, and I got it a little past, let me put it back in here. I barely had it past this side, so I could have gotten that stuck in there. So probably either have a bigger piece that fits the whole thing, or have a piece that's just a little larger than what you want to do, but definitely doesn't come just like a tiny little bit past the edge. Hi, Debbie. Hi, Yvonne. Welcome. Okay, so we got that piece, and I'm just going to put that aside for a second because we are going to stamp. By the way, this is one of our new magnetic pads, and I am loving these. I think my customers who come to class are loving these because they just come apart so easily, and you can just stick them together like this to sit in a small space, or suppose you want to use the lid for some color, you can just leave it like that and then just toss it over like that. Okay. We are going to stamp the cute little kittens and puppies. And I'm going to use Secret C, my new black. And I'm going to stamp the cats and the dogs. And then we're going to color them. And I chose just a couple colors here. I'm not going to color all of them. I'm not planning to use all of them, but this light golden glow makes a perfect little orange cat. And if you want it to have spots, you can just sort of dab as you go. And I guess since I started that, I should probably finish it like that. And I'm not dabbing really hard. I'm not bending my brush too much. Probably if you do the dab, you should use the other end, but I didn't. And then I did the dog. I did one of the dogs with this too, and it almost looks like a golden retriever. It's just a little bit orange, but if you take this and then go over it with the light gray, it gives you a little more of a brown. So we have plenty of browns to choose from, but I didn't want something really dark for this one. So I liked how that one turned out. And then you can use, like this was dark pecan pie, and I think I did this puppy in that. And it's pretty dark. But early espresso definitely, I don't think you would see the eyes and things like that. So you just have to be careful with that. And then since we're using Hydrangea U, I decided that anything that these dogs are wearing, or cats, they're going to get that in Hydrangea U. So I think I have the dark. So this little kerchief on here is going to be blue, and then there's a little bell hanging here. Anyways, I'm not going to finish. I'm not going to keep coloring because I have, by the magic of TV, but I am going to show you how I set these up, because I definitely, especially after you color something, you do not want it to move. So I definitely taped it, and because I was doing both, I just put a piece of tape across the whole thing. And I will tell you that it's really good if you can look straight down on it to make sure that you're lined up, because the ones that I cut are not absolutely perfect, because I was not. I have my machine up here, and when I set it up on the machine, I'm not be able to look straight down on it. So that what happens is the dogs turned out okay, but the cats have a little more edge at the top and a little off. So, but we're going to cut them out so it's not too critical, because I want to just take these, and I die cut them first because it will die cut part of it, so I don't have as much to trim. Let me just chop this one off of here and get a little detail. I'm not doing what Lorri did, although I'm going to show you close up how she did this with this paper. And I probably have this paper, but I'm not sure what it's from, but it's a little notebook paper. And so she slit here and tucked the cats in so that they're hanging. And I just think that's so adorable. But I'm not doing that because I don't have that paper. Let's see. I'm going to do this gray kitty here. Just to get a little poll, how many of you like to do animal type cards? Or I should say pet, because there's plenty of animals, like cats and dogs. You know, even if you're not an animal lover, you have plenty of friends, I'm sure, that are. So it's always nice to have a few animal cards on hand in case you need to send a sympathy or something. Or Okay. Pretend they're all cut out. I did not cut these all out ahead because I wanted to see what they look, wanted you to be able to see what they look like whole. All right, some of these are for the inside, so that's why I'm cutting a few more. I can't decide because I think he's really cute, and my brother always has a schnauzer. As long as their kids have been around, I think they've owned schnauzers. I think I'm saying that right. I mean, I think it's the right animal. Okay, I just love the little kerchief, so I think I should use him. And these flowers would be cute on this card too. All right, let's do one more. I think I want to put this one on the front. I didn't color his tongue. He's got his tongue sticking out. I need to get a red marker and color that. Got to see most of the kids yesterday, and got to see Callie. Brianna brought her along. That was our family dog. So it was fun to see her again. She's getting older. Okay. Now I just need to decide what's going on the front. I said I'd like to put that one on the front. This one I think is supposed to be laying down, even though she has it hanging, which looks totally adorable. And then that one I think will go there, and these two can go inside. I am going to use some dimensionals just to give a little extra oomph. We'll start this new one here. Let's put 2 of those on here. And this card has no ribbon or cord, and it doesn't even have any gems on it. I think I'm slacking. What do you think? You know, I'm going to stick this on the side because, well, if you bend this back like this, it would bend here. Now, you're probably going to just open it like this, but just in case, I think it's safer to put that there. Get some adhesive on this one. I'm going to pop this one up here. It's funny, the one that I did with Secret, or with, yes, the sea, what is it now? Oh my goodness, the Sea Coast. Looks totally different than this one. Of course it's not animals, so, you know. Isn't that cute though? Those animals are just so adorable. I might have to come back and use the rest of these animals just because they're done and I don't want them to go to waste. But we'll put a dog and a kitty on there. So there's a little happy birthday card all ready to go. Yes to animals and pet cards. Okay. Hi, Karen. Welcome. All right. There we go. Now, let me just get rid of the junk here. I don't want to throw the animals away. All right. So here's Lori's card that I got in a swap. Here's the card that I made. Same idea. And then here's the one I did with Sunset Coast. These were some strips that I had left over from a class project. And so I just pulled out the colors that were in here. So I have the base is, yeah, words are difficult some days. Thanks, guys. Okay, hold on. Let me just think. Poppy Parade. Haven't used that color in a while, but it's such a beautiful color. And then this is Blackberry Bushel is the blue. And then this is that yellow, Crushed Curry. So, and then I just did, so this is Happy Anniversary, and then I said The Adventure Continues. So yeah, I think it's a fun and easy design, and if you don't like to write a lot, there's a nice small space there that you can write in. If you like to write more, you could always put something on the back to write more. Hi, Sally. Welcome. Thank you. Appreciate it. All right. So would you guys like to see a sneak peek of my card for July's Creative Stamping Collective. And would you like to see my swap that I made? Well, actually, it's an award card. I did swap a couple of them, but it's an award card that just went out for my team who sold over $800 last month. I need to know if you want to see them, because I'm not sure. I'm not sure that you really do. Oh, hi, Betty. I missed you. I'm sorry. Yes. Okay. Betty wants to see it. Okay. All right. So this is my swap. And the reason I'm showing you this is I will probably show you how to do this at some point. But I wanted to show you, this is a sneak peek at something that's coming out next month in our online exclusives. We have a huge, huge file of stuff that's coming out in the online exclusives. Okay, Linda wants to see. Yvonne says sure. Okay. So there's some specialty paper here. I don't know that you can see it. There's little shimmery lines in this white paper. I used the Wink of Stella on this beautiful poinsettia. Has 1, 2, 3, 4 layers of petals and then the leaves. So it is a gorgeous set. I am really, really happy about this. And then I stamped the inside with some of the stamps from the set. And then today I just finished this, and I think I'm allowed to show this, but I'm so excited about it. I'm not sure that you can see all the techniques that I use, but I showed a ton of techniques on this. Using that circle with the rays, I used a die cut piece to create rays by sponging that. There is some Wink of Stella on the side of the lighthouse because that sun is glinting off of there. And then the inside, oh yeah, I can show you this one. My other sample is written out to somebody who's retiring soon, but the inside I created a scene with because I wanted to be able to show that you can use the designer paper or you can use the stamps to create your own scene. Now I did this really pale because I wanted to be able to write inside. So like if I was using this as the front and coloring it, I would definitely make my colors stand out a lot more, but I wanted to keep it low tone so that I could write in there. All right, I think that is all I have, and we did not even make it a half an hour. So I appreciate you guys stopping by. I hope that you got at least one tip that you could use tonight, and maybe be inspired to make a card and send out to somebody. Thank you, Betty. I appreciate it. We'll remind you guys that I just sent an email out. Let me pop back over here. Just sent an email out today and had to fix it already because I had written one date incorrectly. But our retreat registration is open for the fall, and we are so excited because we have all these great new products coming out, and we're designing projects, classes, your free class, all of that stuff. We are so excited to get going on that. So make sure you get your spot early. I think we're going to be pretty tight this year, this fall, because I think a lot of people missed in the spring and they're excited to be able to make it in the fall. So, all right. And that's all for now. I do have something coming out soon. So stay tuned to your email. I'm excited about it, but I can't tell you. It's a secret. So it's not from Stampin' Up. It's something that it's a special purchase that I'm doing. So personalized purchase. So, okay. All right. Well, toodles, guys. I will catch you next Monday night, hopefully, and have a great week. Stay cool. Bye-bye.